So we have this nice JavaScript module that will simplify our lives, so let's use it. So I'll go over first of all to login.view. And in here, of course, I'm going to be using that new module, so I need to import it. So I'll import security from /security. And I'll put the .js, which isn't really necessary, but I like having it there. So I've imported it. Now, how do I use this? Well, let's go down first of all to the submit handler. And here's where we declare, first of all, console log. I can get rid of that. We know that works. And then I declare my payload. Well, that still has to be there. I'm still going to have to declare my payload. But this is the part I can get rid of now. So I'll comment it out. And down here, instead of calling request options, what I can do, or passing request options, is I can use that security I just imported, and I can use request options. And all that requires for an argument is payload. And I think that's much cleaner. So that means I can delete this entirely. And we may as well get rid of some of these console logs that we're not using anymore. Just a little bit of cleanup. Okay, so those are gone. And I think that's about it. So that should be simple. Let's see if that worked. Let's make sure our application recompiled. It did. And let's go back to our web browser. And I'll log out. And then I'll log in. So I'll put you@there.com and password. And if I log in, all is well. And that worked really well. So let's go do the log out. So back over to Visual Studio Code. And let's find the log out part. Of course, that's in header.view. And we can do precisely the same thing. Here, I can import security from ./security.js. So I can just comment this stuff out and go over here and change this to security.requestOptions and hand that payload, which is declared right up there on line 68. Now, technically, in this instance, I'm calling security.requestOptions, and if I go over to security.js, this is adding the header authorization bearer store.token, but that doesn't matter. That's ignored by the URL I'm calling, so this will work just fine. So let's make sure it recompiled. It did. And go back to our web browser, and I'll click on log out. And that worked. And we'll try it again one more time just to be sure. you@there.com and password. And I'll reload this page just to make sure everything is current because I'm not an optimist, and I'll try logging out. And it worked just fine. And that seems much cleaner. So final step, I'll go back over here and go to the header.view and just delete that stuff I had commented out. Okay, that's much cleaner. Now, of course, we still have, over in security.js, we still have this function, require token, which we haven't used yet, but we'll use that one in the next lecture.